I'm Clio Straram and I'm Cree from Fond du Lac First Nation.
I'm Doug Bourque and I am Dene, Cree, and Kainai.
I am Matthew Neveu. I'm from Batchewana First Nation.
When we experience trauma, the truth is often buried and details forgotten.
Both my parents went to residential school, but they really didn't talk about it. One of the stories that my father did tell me was that when he came around the corner, he saw a nun beating his sister. So, as the story goes, he grabbed the switch out of the nun's hand and started to hit her with it. And in the end, he got kicked out of the school because he was deemed the problem.
I went to Algoma University in Sault Ste. Marie. It was a great school, but the main building there was the former Shingwalk Residential School.
Both of my grandparents attended residential school, but I think my mom never shared the details because of the shame and the sadness.
I now have a much better understanding of why my parents struggled in life.
I heard once that every First Nation person that you meet either went to residential school or is related to somebody who did.
You do not have to be Indigenous or directly impacted to care about this part of our history.
When the remains of children were found at the residential schools in Canada, it was proof of Canada's terrible history.
The news broke my heart, and as a mother, I still find it hard to talk about.
Today I talk to you from Tashot First Nation. At its residential school, many children suffered abuse and poor health. Finally torn down in 2009, this is now a basketball court where children can play.
Listening to the truth and learning about the past is part of how we heal.
I'm really proud that BMO has created Nistotanwin, which is for educating their employees about Canada's true history of Indigenous people.
Over 37,000 people have taken this e-learning and it is available to the public.
As head of the Indigenous Banking Unit, I know that a key to reconciliation is through economic empowerment.
Through my work, I witness firsthand that BMO engages with Indigenous communities. We help them fuel their journey in the economy.
Working in commercial banking with many First Nations people, we've been there to support many projects on infrastructure and economic development.
BMO breaks down barriers.
We can't change the past, but as a bank, we can influence positive change.
When I think about Truth and Reconciliation Day, I think about my daughter and how she'll grow up in a world where she doesn't have to hide who she is. And I look forward to how she will educate me.
On a more personal level, recognizing Truth and Reconciliation Day is knowing about my history and being proud of who I am.
Celebrating who we are is part of how we boldly grow the good.